One of the things that I do is I actually really heavily personalize a super mix, and I watch that super mix. So all of our subscribers have access to a super mix. Let me just show you where that super mix is. And then I'm going to give you this example, and then you'll understand why it's the case. There is a session called Romance and Intimacy, and I created it for people who really want to enrich their romantic relationships, their monogamous relationships with man and woman. So it's very focused on men and women, not women and women or men and men. And there are these evocative images. So in terms of personalizing, we actually do recommend that you always personalize with photos that are meaningful and significant to you, so that your identity attaches your energy to the essence of the messages in the session, right? Well, you might have lots of photographs of your children, and you might not want photographs of your children in a session that's all about romance and intimacy. That might seem a little bit odd, right? Unless of course you want to create more children with that romance and intimacy. So there are also sessions, it might be like super sales is another session. Well, in super sales, I've actually put photographs of my favorite clients. And that's because I want to send a message to the universe, and I want my angels to hear and for God to guide me to the kinds of clients who I'm really aligned with, and who it's very natural for me to feel like a compassionate care towards. And there are some clients who are just pains in the neck, right? And I just don't need them. I just don't need very many of them. And so I don't have any of those kinds of photos. So I think about, oh, who are the clients I love serving? And I have photographs of them in my super sales session. Lots of people who are in direct sales and network marketing, they do the same. They might have their leaders, of their teams in photographs of them in that session, but that might not be appropriate in a session called Fabulously Fit. Because in Fabulously Fit, you might want photographs of your children or your spouse, or indeed you might be wanting to go on a vacation and you want to be able to wear swimmers on that vacation. So you might have photographs just of yourself. So that's really the answer to that. And there is a session called A Blissful Sleep, A Creative Mind by Jayanne. And it's a beautiful session. So if you would like for your other than consciousness to be working for you whilst you're sleeping and creating, then I would definitely watch this particular session. Jen's session about healing and creativity is also fantastic. So if you're in a creative mode, you're producing something, you're birthing a project, then this particular session, healing and creativity, I think is really important. Really important. A lot of people also, I'm going to say this, they have some difficulty around mistakes that they've made in the past, and they feel like they're not really deserving of having a project be super successful. And so I know it sounds like an odd suggestion, but I think one of the sessions that you could watch every single day along with procrastination, for example, would be fulfilled forgiveness. I have often found in all of the coaching or guidance or energy work that I've done with people who've gone through a divorce, they can't forgive themselves that they actually ever fell in love with the person they now can no longer spend any time with, right? Or people who pursue network marketing opportunities end up having this irky energy inside of themselves because they haven't forgiven themselves for making the best choice that they could have made at the time that they made it, given who they were and the resources that they had and the motivations that were existent at the time, right? And so there is this theme around a lot of the healing work that I've been doing that's forgiveness centric, and mostly forgiveness towards ourselves and not others. And I think it makes us a lot more compassionate even in our relationships when we're super compassionate for ourselves. It doesn't excuse us. So a lot of people will think that you're in forgiving yourself, you're not being accountable anymore, or it somehow negates your need for morality or being ethical or courteous or polite. No. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think that there's a lot of forgiveness work that all of us needs to do at various points in our lives. And often you'll find that it has an energy that gives you the ability to surrender and let go, which actually gives you the opportunity for flow. So that might be worthwhile for you.